Okay, let's try again.
All right. How you
I'm good.
doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Great.
Nice
I know
to
you
talk to
gotta
you,
be
Robert.
itching with the new one coming out.
Yes, I'm keen on going on tour and playing new songs. So,
And speaking of touring, Thunder Mother's one of the hardest working bands there is. I was telling a friend of mine that the band reminds me of Kiss in the early days. I remember in the 70s an interview with Paul Stanley, and he would say that they'd take a month off the road and they'd end up calling each other saying, "Yeah, I'm bored, let's go back out." Do you guys get that same feeling?
we play all the time, so we never have time to get that feeling. That's true. We are the most hardworking band. Everyone thinks so. Because everyone's like, I'm bored. I want to go out and play. The pandemic sucked. And I'm like, we did 4 tours during the pandemic. You know,
Hmm.
we never had a rest. And I mean, that's how much we fight for it. But of course, it's a little bit tiring right now. You know, I'm home for a few days and you
How
go
was
back to the old apartment and the flowers are dead and, you know.
right? How was the recording process for this album?
Well, we were worried because we were going to get sick, obviously. So we had to be careful and test each other because the studio, that's booked and that's expensive. You know, if you're not there, you pay anyway. But it was a great studio. It's like a legendary place called Bagpipe. And like ABBA recorded there. And so we were there and all these famous people hanging around. And we were like, whoa, next level, you know? And they were like, this is true old school because they were all doing, you know, computer music. Everyone's in, because it's a lot of studios in a big studio, so to speak. So we were like real instruments. They were like real instruments, and they haven't had a band playing with real instruments for such long time apparently in the studio. That's how the music business are now. Computer music.
And I wanted to ask you,
Oh,
the
there you
uh,
are.
the single "Watch Out." That's a great representation of the band. How did the video shoot go for you on that one?
It was a great video shoot, except it was freaking cold driving in an Impala in February in Sweden. -1 degree outside, and we pretended like it's summer. And I had to drive that Impala Chevrolet for 8 hours outside because the drone got lost in the forest all the time. So that was cold.
And would you say that "Hot Mess" and "Watch Out" are a fair representation of the album?
I would say so. I mean, there could be. I mean, I love those 2 songs. And then we have a few of these kind of arena type, you know what I mean,
Mm,
songs. A lot of whoa, whoa, and sing-alongs, and but that was like an idea we got because we saw a big soccer team. I don't know if you heard about Valencia in Italy. It's where Ronaldo played. They have one of our songs as a warm-up song before every match.
ah,
So we got a video of 40,000 people screaming and the football gods, you know, the soccer gods, playing to our songs. So we're like, we should do more like this arena stuff, you know.
I wanted to ask you about your upbringing as a musician. When did you start playing?
I played my whole life basically because I played a folk instrument called key harp in Sweden when I was very young. And then I got tired of that kind of music because I got interested in writing songs and express myself. So I played guitar since I was 13 years old, like every day. But before that, I played the key harp since I was like 9. And before I was 9, I played the flute.
Now, as far as starting out that early, was music a part of your family growing up?
I would say so. My father is a bass player, a funk bass player. So I got a lot of my funkiness and my grooves I got from him.
Ah,
People say I play a little bit funky rock and roll in my solos. I play up and down. I never stop, and I think that's from that. Chicka, 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 I don't know.
and,
And my brother
and
played a piano, and he was super talented, and he still is super
wow.
talented. Yeah, like I can't read notes and stuff like that, and he does. He writes anything and reads anything. I don't understand that stuff.
And I wanted to know, as far as touring, you've got a chance to play with some legendary bands. Um, what would you say was your best tour experience?
I loved opening up for DAD. That was like my first big nightliner experience. Being in a bus with guys, which songs I've been listening to since I was a kid, sleeping my day away and all of that. And they were so humble and nice. And then we also toured with the Dead Daisies and just Doug Aldrich coming into the dressing room on the first day and telling me, "Can I try your guitar? I've seen pictures of it." And that was like the bigger band that we met, the more humble they become, because we had met some bands that weren't very nice to us, like really nasty to us, almost sexual harassment vibes. And then we come to these superstars and they treat us like goddesses, and we're like, oh.
I think maybe that's something that's there's something to be learned from that. I think one of the most important things that I've heard and that I believe in is that the to always remember that the people you meet on the way up are the people you meet on the way down. And if you don't treat people right on your way up, it's not going to be very good when it goes the other way.
I live by that. I say hello to everybody, even the cleaning lady or cleaning man, because that could be the boss of the venue. You don't know.
Sure. And if you could pick your proudest moment as an artist, what would you say your proudest moment would be?
So hard because I live day to day. I don't think about the past and I don't think about the future. So it's difficult for me to answer that. Like I was proud, yesterday when I tried my new headphones that I bought and I listened to our new album. I got the first CD version of our new album, and the sound was great. So I felt really proud then.
Excellent. Yeah, I think that's got to be a great moment to actually feel that physical copy in your hand.
And I read through everything. It was perfect. No spelling mistakes, and the sound was great.
So many great bands from your area. What is the club scene like there?
I mean, in Sweden, it's going down, unfortunately. Especially in Stockholm, where I live, the capital of Sweden. The rules here are just crazy. You can't play loud after 10. So I was on a Rose Tattoo this Sunday, watched them play, and everyone had to be out by 10 o'clock because otherwise they have to close the rock club
Wow.
because people are that sensitive living in the city. And I mean, if you live in the city, shouldn't you move to the country if you're annoyed by noises?
Sure.
What are you doing in the city?
Do they run the police with the sirens off after 10? Makes you
Exactly.
wonder.
And if I sit and play guitar on my balcony, people scream at me. I'm like, "Hey, you're shooting guns down there and whatever," and I just play guitar. I'm peaceful. And then I could lose my contract if I play too loud.
And I wanted to ask you also, along your journey, what is some of the best advice you've been given along the way?
Well, it is to just keep on going, even if it's hard. You can have breaks, obviously, but never give up. And just if you're just keep on going, you will succeed. I think because that's what I've learned. I had a band for 13 years, and I had so many struggles, ups and downs, and it's not always easy. But if you just keep on going and live life in the moment, you will succeed. Because I had a goal playing Wacken when I started the band. I did that. And I will do it for the third time now, and the main stage as well, louder stage. And so I reached my goal a long time ago, and I was like, "What's my new goal?" I just keep on going, see what happens. And now we're playing this arena tour with Whitesnake and Scorpions in the States and Canada. So you never know what's happening. Keep on going, keep on going. That's my only advice.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask you, the title is Black and Gold, is that correct?
Yeah.
And can you tell me how many tracks are on the album?
Uh, is it 13? I don't remember. It's a lot of tracks. Anyway.
Yeah, out of hearing the two, they are absolutely great songs. And I think if the album is representative of that, you have a great album.
We have a little bit of everything. We have some happy, slidey songs, bluesy stuff. We have the rock ballads. We have the Aerosmith ballads. We have the arena stuff. We have the Motorhead stuff. We have the AC/DC stuff. But we all tied it together to our own sound.
And do you feel this band is the strongest it's been?
Absolutely. There's nothing stopping us now.
Yeah, I feel it too. I feel that this is the strongest lineup and the strongest sound that you guys have put out. And listening to the two that you have released, um, the mix, everything is absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you so much. That means the world. The girl's been in the band for five for more than 5 years now, and most of the bands starting uh, don't even last 5 years. We
Absolutely.
had 5 years only in this lineup.
And I wanted to ask you, will we see another single before the album is released?
We will have the title track released, Black and Gold, before with a video. The video was finished yesterday. I just saw it. And we will release a rock and roll tune called Loud and Free as well as a single.
Excellent.
And then
And
after the album comes out, we will release our hard rock ballad.
and I wanted to ask you, as far as when you guys do your writing, is most of the writing done on the road?
No, not anymore. We're too busy and exhausted. uh, we did in the past. Now we're just if we come up with a cool line or something, I write it down in my phone, or some of the girls. But we meet when we can, and we are very efficient. We can write songs in 3 days. We have like 6 songs if we just sit together. You have to be in the mental mode for it.
And you guys are logistically close then.
Yeah, we live in the same area. Everyone except the drummer. So she wrote the power ballad that's coming out in the fall in the Gothenburg on the other side of Sweden with her friend. We weren't a part of that song even.
And I also wanted to ask you if you could give a message to your fans, what would that message be?
To keep fighting for rock and roll, support live music, and buy physical copies and, have a good time. Thank you.
Excellent. I wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with me. I know how busy you are and how busy the band is as a whole. And I wish you great things with this album because, like I say, the 2 tracks I've heard are phenomenal.
Oh, Robert, you're a star. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and you have a great rest of your day.
I
Me,
will. Oh,
it's 9 in the morning here, so I'll be going back to bed.
correct. You should do this. You should do that. I'm on a bike ride. I need to head home somehow. But I'm tired.
Well,
I'm having a little break.
well, have a safe trip home, and you take care.
Thank you, Robert. Have a lovely day and a good rest.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.